Tafari TV, giving you the information when you need it the most. Tafari TV.
Happy 35th birthday and anniversary to the Blue Blur himself, Sonic the Hedgehog. A couple months ago, I actually managed to platinum Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Christ. Now, just like my video on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, this isn't a critique of the game itself, but more so a critique of what it takes to 100% the game. Just some complaints and warnings from my fellow completionists out there. Now, Sonic is no stranger to post-game content. I know other franchises have ways of keeping you locked in and hooked online and constantly playing so those online player numbers look good to the suits. No, Sonic just does this. And I don't even mean collecting all the Chaos Emeralds either, I mean the stuff after that. Getting all A ranks to unlock Metal Sonic. Getting all A ranks to unlock Green Hill Zone. Getting all A ranks to unlock Super Hard Mode. Beating Super Hard Mode and only getting a thanks for playing. Getting gold ranks on every mission to unlock Super Sonic. Getting all gold ranks to do it again. Getting an A rank on every individual mission just so you can unlock a Super Hard Mode that has story dialogue that sets up Sonic 06. However, for Sonic Racing Crossworlds, y'all are tripping, man. Now, this was and still is my favorite and most played game of 2025, but my god, the post-game content after completing all the cups is just... ugh. Now, I'm not going to go into every trophy individually. Most of them you will naturally get just playing through the game. But just like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, there's an annoyingly small amount of trophies that are going to hold your platinum hostage for the longest, and those are going to be the bane of your existence like they were mine. Primarily time trials and farming those damn Dampa tickets, but I think it's safe to say I played vanilla Crossworlds when I got my platinum because the day after I got my trophy, we'll get to that later. Starting with the hardest one first, time trials, and my main critique for this, the S rank times need to be dropped to the A rank times, and the A rank times need to be the B rank times, and so forth. And I know there's some busted builds out there now, but last winter when I beat this, brother, it was rough. And two more things that are going to make this very painful outside the fact that you're going to have to get an A rank on every individual track and Crossworld twice, once on Supersonic Speed and then again on Sonic Speed, and then I did Supersonic Speed first thinking Sonic Speed was going to be easier, but instead it was a slow drag. But like I was saying, two other things that are going to make this very painful are the water stages and the obstacles. Like Water Palace, Ocean View, White Space, the SpongeBob stage, Sand Ocean, the levels where the water is kind of part of the stage and just gives your car reason to transform, those are fine. The levels where the water is flowing on a path, Mystic Jungle, Eggman Expo, Aqua Forest, Golden Temple, I feel like we truly don't understand the physics of how the water really works in this game, and neither does the game. Dino Jungle gets a pass from me just because that one's so short and actually fun, but I know, take your foot off the gas, drift and boost a lot and just kind of coast with it, but I feel like we just group believe that works, and it's actually, based on my attempts trying to get these trophies, it's actually a 50-50 on whether or not the level is going to cooperate on each attempt. And I get it, the time trials are there to teach us about shortcuts and how to beat each stage in the best time possible. However, you are never hitting any of those times in a lobby full of people or bots. So to come full circle, again, bring those trophies and numbers down to a realistic level, please. Thanks for the education, lower your expectations. Speaking of shortcuts, real hit and miss on some of those base stages. Like, some of those levels are cool but do not feel built for the times they want us to hit, the way they anticipate us to be racing, or the amount of people on the track. Like, for a well done design, a perfect example for me is Dragon Road. Those two shortcuts when you get to the water section, multiple people can take those and be just fine. Go through that last ring on Aqua Forest in a lobby full of sweats if you want to. It's basically gonna be,
if you body me, you can take the money. Right now. I hate you, nigga. Let's die.
I just gave up on that stage specifically during those legend competition races because every time there was someone who was just willing to sacrifice us both, because the second you even touch another car in that game, you part like the Red Sea, and now we're both in the abyss in last place, and I guess that was just okay with them. Steampunk City is another one. You have like half a second to transition out of flight mode, get all the way to the right, try to land on this tiny strip of road, and drift correctly, hoping that your car cooperates and doesn't fly off in the process, so that you shoot off just in time to get under the train and try to pull that off 3 times in a row. Good luck doing it once in a lobby. And trying to get on a small strip of road isn't impossible. We do it all the time on the bridge on Radical Highway, because the lead up to it gives you ample time to prepare. This level, however, does not. The little vines in White Cave can buy you like a second if you jump them correctly, but depending on how hot you're coming in on each lap, they're not really worth the risk of falling off. The Dampa Factory, I got a love-hate relationship with that level. I think it's a fun stage, and I think that shortcut at the end comes in clutch sometimes. But then when you take the shortcut, why is the grass there? Why is my reward for taking a shortcut more obstacles? Obstacles that low-key, it feels like I'm losing time having to weave around as punishment for taking the shortcut. Sky Road too, because those turns are way too tight. Switch out of flight mode, get over fast, make that first turn, crash into the wall because it's unavoidable. Then you risk your life taking the second turn, which has a boost before it, and now you're going even faster on a turn that has no barrier, so you're more than likely going to fall off after the jump, which is why most S rank and A rank videos I saw only did the first turn or skipped both shortcuts altogether, just like the one on Dino Jungle, because they're too risky. And that ain't even the most egregious part of this crossroad, because this happened to me multiple times and kept messing up my run. If you go too fast on that final jump, you end up skipping the balloon and you fall just before the track into the void. And this is the part of my platinum run where I had to put my controller down and go, hey, this is a kart racer with items and shenanigans and witty clapbacks. Why are we trying to apply F1 racing rules and mechanics in here? Like, I just got punished for going straight too fast in a Sonic game. Now, Blaze is my favorite character to play as in this game, but if you have noticed so far, every screenshot and video I've shown you has been from a different channel. Did you notice everyone is running Blaze or Blaze with a handling build? Just like I said in my Final Fantasy VII Rebirth video, my golden rule for a platinum run: if the game has customization options, but everyone is running the same build because they can't get past a certain part, it's no longer fun and you need to fix it. Now, as I said before, the other issue you're going to have with your time trial trophies are the obstacles in some of these stages. The robot in Metal Harbor, the other robot in Metal Harbor, the ghost in Pumpkin Mansion, the robots on Radical Highway, not as bad but still annoying, the bouncy thing in the beginning of Sky Road, the damn Donkey Kong barrels in Kraken Bay. I need y'all to understand, I have been playing this game since February of last year. I was a closed network test racer. Wonder Museum has been my favorite stage since the closed network test, and that third lap throws the most at you more than anything else in the game, but it has like set intervals and patterns that you can learn how to dodge, maneuver, and manage. The thing that has you ready to throw your controller at the other stages I just mentioned is that all those obstacles follow no pattern. So your A rank and those trophies are now dependent on three things: you learning the shortest path, executing your turns and boosts correctly, and hoping that the stage doesn't screw you. Like, I finally mastered how to take that last shortcut on Metal Harbor, but then this clanker showed up and ruined so many of my runs. And the biggest problem isn't even the fact that he is constantly pacing, it's the fact that to take that shortcut, you are airborne for a while, so you can't dodge or turn. You just have to pray and hope that you got the luck of the draw that he's not gonna be where you're landing. Same with the barrels, like boost item or not, sometimes there was just no taking that shortcut. Sometimes there was no taking that shortcut 3 times in a row, and it cost me the extra seconds I needed to get my A rank. Another thing I've been very vocal about, Pumpkin Mansion is my least favorite stage. I absolutely hate that place and will vote against it every single time, especially because that last leg of the race basically being an endless figure 8 and then that final curve and trying not to end up in the grass, it truly doesn't matter what place you're in during the race. That last section of lap 3 is like walking through a randomizer every time. Like, that is the only stage in the game where the entirety of your race is irrelevant. It only matters how everybody does on that last stretch of lap 3. If you or someone else flubs one of those turns, now you got to get your momentum back and still hit those other curves. And like, the risk factor from going from first to last or last to first is highest on this stage, in my opinion. Especially if you take that bottom path where both of those ghosts will either be completely out of your way or both be blocking you at 2 different locations. Now, after you've gotten all of your time trial trophies and never want to look at this game, comes the fun part: farming Dampa tickets. Which isn't bad when it comes to the trinkets and the decals and the gadgets and all the other stuff. It's when you get to the horns that it really starts to hurt, because the horns are going to run you 500 tickets a piece, and then you see how fast 500 tickets can be burned through in comparison to how long it takes to farm 500 tickets. By the way, in total, you're going to need about 30,000 tickets to obtain the Platinum Trophy. This is why when you arrange them by difficulty, the money trophies are above the time trial trophies. Now, the most common method you're going to get recommended or see floating around is Race Park, because every time you beat all the rivals in there, you're going to get more tickets, which it caps out at 70. Now, with trophy hunting, you're probably going to reach that max cap naturally like I did. So I got to the point where I only needed 5,000 more tickets to fully complete this game. So I said, hey, I'm going to stream it. It shouldn't take too long. Oh yeah, you're going to want to make sure you're doing extreme matches too, because those are going to be the fastest ones to burn through. With all that in mind, and no losing streaks, just farming 70 tickets every 3 matches, and I just ran that on loop until I got 5,000, and it took me 9 hours. It was the next day at 4 in the morning when I finished. I started on December 22nd. When I was done, it was Christmas Eve. Granted, it was only 4,500 tickets because I guess we got a 500 ticket Christmas gift for participating in the Legends races the week before, but still. And then the next day, they have the nerve to announce the Knights Festival and the fact that they are upping the amount of Dampa tickets you can earn in these things to 3,000. I need y'all to understand the time math here. On top of that being 60% of the amount I needed, with the Race Park method and coming in first every time, it still takes an hour and a half to farm 1,000 tickets. That is 4.5 hours of my stream I wouldn't have had to do if I had just waited a day to see that announcement. But hey, we thugged it out and we got that platinum trophy. I did the closed beta. I did the open beta. I played the demo. I've made skits. I have done everything in here. I have spent 138 hours playing this game. It's been fun. It's been some challenges in here, but it's been fun. And now it is finally over. Horn Connoisseur. Go ahead with the shiny one. Done. Oh, but wait, there's more, because if you're a real glutton for punishment, and thank God these weren't a part of the platinum run, you now unlock the special challenges, which we're gonna go over these together. For the record, the screenshots y'all are about to see are from like minutes after I unlocked these and got the platinum trophy. So if you want to go for these, that's fine, but this is where you're gonna be progress-wise. Okay, so the ones you're probably gonna have done by the time you beat this and get the platinum trophy are the same ones I did. So fastest thing alive, which is just beating all the Grand Prix and unlocking Supersonic. Data Overlord, winning in Race Park 240 times. Again, ticket grinding helped with that. Speedrunner, play 100 time trials. Yeah, you're definitely gonna have that one. Obtain all the red star rings. Not difficult. And then Ring Tycoon, collect 100,000 rings in total. That one's not gonna be difficult either. You'll get it naturally. Now, the ones that are gonna be a big hell no, World Traveler, drive the length of the earth. I had only done 1/4 of that. Dampa Mania, get 50,000 Dampa tickets. Again, you're going to be at 30,000 by the time you unlock this challenge. Hall of Famer, win 100 times total in Grand Prix. You see how many I had by the time I was done with this, but that's doable. And one of the two that made this an immediate Unbreakable Bonds, become best friends with any character over in Friendships. Now, Friendships have 7 levels. I had to pull up a list, by the way, and you'll have done 4 of them on at least one character to get a trophy already. But those last 3 levels cost 10,000 tickets, then 25,000 tickets, and then 50,000 tickets. Do that if you want to. I just told you how long it takes to farm 1,000. And the biggest hell no, and the reason I started this video asking for more graceful times, second to none, get S ranks on all time trials in all main stages and Crossworlds on Supersonic and Sonic Speed. Yeah. Who did they think was going to do any of that? Okay, I know I have said a lot, but despite all that, let me remind you, this is not a critique of the game. This is a critique of what it takes to 100% the game, especially if you are a trophy hunter. I still very much love this game. I play every festival, I stream every festival, and play it with friends when I can. Pretty sure my controller is drifting again because of the hours I continue to put into this game. I'm also very excited for this second year of content we're getting. We got TMNT and Avatar, which I've been waiting on, but I was not expecting Godzilla and Evangelion. Which, if you haven't seen, I even reacted to it on this channel. And I do appreciate the fact that they're constantly taking feedback on how to better this game and make it more fun for the players. There's actually a form out right now to the 30th if you want to go holla at them with some notes. I know it sounds like I've been complaining a lot, but like I just wanted to do something unique and special for this channel and for the 35th anniversary of this franchise, which I love so much. And I know like right now, as I'm premiering this, they're doing a live stream over on the actual YouTube channel for St. Jude. It's charity stream, a couple of the homies, OK Landy, and a couple other cool people are in it. So maybe go check that out after this. I appreciate you for watching, especially if you made it to this far with all of my rants and rambling. But happy 35th birthday to Sonic the Hedgehog. Happy 35th anniversary. 4th movie on the way. Hoping that I can participate in the official rollout in some way or capacity. But we'll see what happens. Much love to y'all for watching. Much love to the Blue Blur and all my fellows in this fandom. Peace.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth.
Beats, baby.